3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Whether you've been married 1 or 20 plus years, at some point, you realized you were married into crazy.
And that's what our podcast is all about. We offer love, laughter, and a dose of reality as we unpack this crazy thing called marriage.
So sit back, relax, and get your ear hustle on. It's time to start the conversation.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to another episode of Married into Crazy with Snooks and Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
You always trying to cut me off,
Yes.
and I'm Lovey. You see how that goes? So you know what it is? It's Halloween, and when we're taping this,
What?
and Snooks is that kid that used to cut to the front of the line and try and get her candy before everybody else.
Wow.
I can already tell.
Look, I ain't no punk about mine. Okay. So I'm just saying.
She ain't no punk. I can attest to that. So when you hear her cut me off, it's just because she's trying to get to my candy.
No, I ask you all the time, or I say, I'm sorry if I interrupted you. So
I'm still waiting on the apology for this one, but that's okay.
for what one?
Just a second ago.
That was before preamble.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Married into Crazy podcast. We are so blessed to be back in front of the microphones because, as you know, we had a little bit of travel going on for a couple of weeks, and it hurt. I swore I would never ever recast one of our older episodes, repackage it, put it out there, and then I did it to y'all 2 weeks in a row.
Let me tell you something. Okay. So before we even, I'm like, okay, babe, if you want to make space or time, we can do that. I really didn't care if we repurposed an old episode because I know that there are podcasts that do that. Life happens. We can't always. Lovey was going on and on and on. He was on board. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. And he'll pick some out. And then he was like, no, we're going to do this podcast. We're going to get in here and I need you to be ready. And I was like, okay, first of all, we're not even finna do all that, but I'm not going to say nothing. I just was like, okay, let's do it. So we get in there, we get ready to do one. He sits down. I'm ready. He's like, you have bad energy. Like, what? I have bad energy. He goes, yeah, you have bad energy. I was like, wow, I'm just tired. I'm sorry. I was working and doing all these other things. He goes, you know what? It's okay, babe. I'll just go ahead and we'll just look for some podcasts. Tell me which one's your favorite. And so the one that was one of my favorites, he was like, nah, I don't want to do that one. It's like, well, why you even ask me?
That was the producer in me coming out. But look, we moved beyond all that. And we're super excited today because we actually have some guests with us today that we're going to be introducing. And you know what? Today, they must have known I was going to wear some deodorant today because we've been trying to get them on board for the longest. But when you talk about busy, this couple is busy, and you're going to learn why. But we are blessed today to actually have with us Angel and Gazza. Is it Gazza or Gaza?
Gazza.
Gazza.
You got to put that twang on Gazza.
So it's Angel and Gazza. So some of you out there may know them from the Mermaid and the Lion podcast or the Unforgiven podcast. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but super dynamic couple. Met Angel a while ago, not quite a year ago, but almost a year ago. And so anyway, we want to say welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yep.
So like Lovey said, he talked about you guys for the longest time. And I was just like, okay, Angel and Gazza, whatever. You know, he would always, and I'm like, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't delve into a lot of the things that Lovey does. I learned secondhand. And so he was like, you know, what was it called? The Black Podcast, whatever.
Oh, when we did the Black Pod Fest.
What something like that. And
Sounds like
you know,
me.
I was kind of listening. I was kind of not listening. Then he started talking about the Mermaid and the Lion. And I was like, what? Because I don't know him to be into stories like that. That's more my style. And so he was like, yeah, you got to listen to it, babe, blah, 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 whatever. And I can't do like a whole bunch of podcasts. But then he was like, I'm telling you, you're going to like it. I'm telling you. He told me this for like 4 months, at least. I will say that. And so when I was like, Oh, let me know what he's talking about. Okay, I see
There
y'all.
we go.
Okay,
Good
okay.
taste.
Then I started getting mad because I was like, well, how come I don't know about the second part? And he was like, babe, calm down.
Well, look, we're doing a whole lot of talking, and normally I like to try and get into like your projects and stuff a little bit down the road. But let's switch it up this time. I want you guys to come out the gate talking about your creative baby, the Mermaid and the Lion. Tell us who you are, what you do, and what that's all about.
Well, before Angel starts, I know she's about to go in. You guys sound just like us.
Yeah, you do.
The bantering back and forth.
The bad energy comment.
The bad energy. Snooks, you sound.
You got bad energy.
Snooks, you sound like me.
Are you a Leo? Are you a Leo?
Snooks,
Me? Yes.
I'm an Aries.
The Aries.
Fire are both fire signs. So it's a Leo fire sign.
Oh, well.
That's what it is.
Well,
because I felt it in my heart.
but podcasting, right? It's kind of like I kind of get it from Angel, right? I really see her as the podcaster. I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the ride. I'm supporting the cause.
So I guess you see now, Lovey, that you and I are going to be best friends, and they'll be best friends. And when we go out, we'll be talking across the table like this.
Oh man,
who aligns with who?
We plan on meeting you because we're coming to Atlanta. For the for Ona's Black Pod Festival.
Yeah, we will be there. So next Memorial Day.
Yep,
absolutely. Look.
See, I don't know. No. I find out last minute. I'll find out last minute when it's actually happening. Oh yeah, remember I told you? Like, what? You didn't tell me that. I don't remember that.
So we donated to Anna's Indiegogo on purpose.
You donated, even though it was my money, probably, but you donated. I didn't know nothing about that.
We donated.
I was about to say, well, it's we.
I got permission now, so.
But no,
you know what? Sip that water, sir. We don't want no problems, right?
No, but all right, go on, get into it, man. Tell them about the podcast.
Why don't you do it for once?
Nah, you go ahead. You go ahead. You do it better. Why you do it so well? Why would I mess that up?
And Angel, come a little bit closer to the mic because it's like you're kind of going in and out.
All right. Am I still? How about now?
You're good.
Okay.
I can cut her up a bit too.
Yeah, turn me up.
I'm gonna turn you up.
That's right. Demand your loudness.
Like the Leah.
Some volume.
She good now?
A little bit more.
There you go.
There you go.
A little bit more.
Okay.
I'm doing the Leah. You're supposed to keep on.
They say you good.
A little bit more.
Thank you.
I had to do a little bit more. All right.
When you have a friend that you just met today, I love it. So we do have multiple podcasts. Our baby, such as been mentioned, is the Mermaid and the Lion.
That's the flagship.
So you're gonna do it.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay. I digress.
All right. Which is our individual love story. It's not individual, right? We're together, but it's our independent love story, if you will. And it's about two imperfect people working on perfecting their love for one another and overcoming toxicity through forgiveness. And we hope that is shared with our audience through the storytelling. It is an audio drama with voice acting and sound design and all of that stuff to kind of help you guys participate in the storytelling because there's no visual component. And that's something that I love because it allows your imagination to paint the balance of the picture. Mm-hmm. So it's something I love audio books, but I think that audio dramas are like audiobooks on steroids because of the additional pieces and everyone has a designated voice and you're able to follow that voice through a journey and connect with them differently. So that is the Mermaid and the Lion, which inspired us to continue to create in that space because we loved it so much. Initially, we had someone doing all of our sound design and editing for us, and about 4 episodes in, they can no longer manage the work. So Gazza went to this wonderful school. You may have heard of it, YouTube University. And he taught himself how to do all of the editing and sound design. So Gazza 100% produces these podcasts from beginning to end. My responsibility is curating the talent, finding the music, the voices, all of that stuff. I write the scripts, and then Gazza brings it all to life. And I adore him for doing that because that is an art unto itself. It's a lot of painstaking hours, and I don't want to be part of it. So that's that piece. And then the next project was The Forgiven. And The Forgiven is Bible scandals retold in a more modern setting. Again, forgiveness is kind of a thing for us, right? Because we're always messing up, so we want somebody to forgive us. So why not keep talking about that as much as possible?
Right.
So we brought that, and it was a passion project for me. I am a PK, and who went their own way. And this was an opportunity for me to kind of revisit my spirituality, my relationship with God, while also sharing some of the most salacious stories in the Bible. People are like, oh, the Bible, John begat Tom, and then Iliad begat, and it is like so wild. But no, that's only this much of the Bible. The Bible is full of sex and murder and lies and betrayal. And if you read that book real good, you're like, what? The Lord is wild. Right? So why not bring some of that to the forefront? Because also some of these people in the Bible who have done the most heinous things, God used them to forward his kingdom and for the good of others. So why not think about when you say, oh, no one can change and no one can be better? Sometimes it's just that we haven't given them the opportunity or the space to do so. Sometimes you have to put someone in the position to succeed. Like you have to give them that chance, because your vote of confidence then restores or instills their confidence and they're able to execute properly. God sees that, and sometimes we have to pray to be able to see who we should extend that courtesy to as well. So hopefully The Forgiven is kind of speaking to people in some of those ways in that area of ministry. And then we also have Wild Shows like 30, which is kind of relevant right now to the COVID. And we have a new children's podcast, which is an audio drama coming out next year called I Can Do That. And another hood drama.
Oh, you give them all the goods. I see. I thought you were just going to stick to the flagship, Mermaid and Lion, and the other two that we have currently going. Oh. You're giving them the master plan.
Oh, okay. As I'm done with that, and I talk about the other show that's currently going, which is Stonecrest Weekly, which is a niche podcast about the community we live in. We're very proud of where we live. It is the newest city in Georgia, called Stonecrest, and it is 96% African American. And by percentage, it is the largest or the most African American dense city in the entire US. So it's not by size, because there's other cities much, much bigger, but by percentage, we are the largest. Really, really cool place to be. And there's a lot of great things coming here. Like I mentioned off air about the new Black Wall Street market that's here. Also, there's a lot of new land development that's coming on. We have pretty much a 100% African American city government. Our city council people, our mayor, our city manager, city attorneys are all of African American descent. So it's really nice to be a part of a community, in essence, for us, by, and watch it continue to grow and develop and flourish and do better. Don't get me wrong, there's some crazy headlines too.
Yeah.
You know, we still Black people. But anyway, but for the most part, it is an amazing process to witness and be a part of. So that's our other show. It's the smallest and biggest, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Maybe the smallest, but it's having the biggest impact.
Yeah, exactly. Especially amongst the community. I mean, we've doing it for like 3 months now.
August 2nd. 3
months, and we've already, kind of rubbed shoulders with the mayor and the director of the new Black Wall Street. Actually got interviews and podcasts with them. They had the city council elections going on. When is that? It's like next week. Tuesday, right? So all the city council members are out there campaigning and stuff, and we interviewed all 9 of them. And
because it's not all 9 of them. There's only 5 city council people, but there was 9 candidates.
So we interviewed everybody. So it's that we're making a big impact in the community there. So I think we're filling a gap that needed to be filled, because there's nobody currently doing what we're doing there now.
That's what's up.
That is what's up.
I'm like, dang, we get to say, look, I'm gonna take some pictures. Like, we knew them when.
Yeah.
But look, I'm ready for when to be when. So you let me know when I'm no longer in when, because I'm ready to be then. Well, what's
I can't help you.
I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so this is one thing. So I don't know if you know. So we're certified coaches with Eric Thomas. I don't know if you know ET is.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we do some stuff within the group every now and then. And one of the things that we always talk about, particularly with the accountability calls that take place and all that, is to be enamored with the process. We're so focused on, we're destination oriented people. It's like, need to get to the goal, need to win the trophy, need to get to, from A to B. We're always focused on getting to B without really thinking about that. And we forget that dash in between the time that we're born and the time that we pass, the dash is the most important part, but people look past the dash. And so I know where we want to, I was joking about, I knew them when the win, this journey that you're on, all these things you're doing, this is the part that matters, because they can take away your mics, they can take away everything from you. But if you got the process and the blueprint, you can do it all over again. And you can teach others.
Rinse and repeat.
Amen. And that's what we talk about when it comes to marriage, right? It's that everyone's like, oh, I want to get to a happy marriage. I want to do this. We want to be that couple. And it's like, well, you got to go through some stuff.
That's true.
Okay, can you say it one more time? For those in the back and on the side, underneath, even above. Let's go ahead and let them all hear that once.
Oh, right. That's why when I got into a couple of episodes, I won't say couple, first 5, no, I want to say it was about first 4 or 5 episodes of Mermaid and Lion. And I was like, ooh, I got to interview them. I got this wish list of people that I want to interview. And you guys were like at the top of the list.
Oh, man, thank you.
Now let me go somewhere. Somebody put me at the top of their list. It don't happen often. I'm going to bask in this. All right, keep talking. I'm just basking.
Hey, so no, but it's funny because you guys been through some stuff, starting out. So let's talk about it. One of the things that we love to ask couples, and we try and bring new, interesting, dynamic couples. Sometimes we've had older couples, we've had younger couples, we try and get a good mix. We've had famous couples, what I mean?
Answer your question.
I know, I'm just talking.
It's a podcast. Come on.
No, I just have to say, because Lovey gets on me, he be like, you gonna give all backstory? Can you just ask? So I like to be able to give it back. So
she loves to yank on my leash.
No, just ask the question.
So, okay, so how did you two meet? Like your love origin story.
You gonna tell them how we met?
We met
on episode 4, but we're gonna tell you. But also, episode 4, season 1, is the exact moment that we met. We met at a housewarming.
Yeah.
I know the story because I've listened to it.
Because I hear the music playing from the podcast, but okay.
And he was dusty. I think
I was just
talk about that. He had wood bits on him in his little dreadlocks. Can you imagine? He had dreadlocks in his head.
My brother, was it my brother?
Your brother.
He invited me and a friend. They were having it was a housewarming. And I was just getting off of work. And I, went down there with a friend and happened to see this pretty young thing, Angel. And it's kind of weird because I was kind of at the end of a relationship at the time, or at least coming to an end.
And I don't think the pod really shows it.
It doesn't really show it very well.
But he was living with that person.
No, I think we had it. We didn't put that in there?
I think isn't it? No, we do show it.
We do. She's living there.
Oh, that's right. Because you told her she had to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just like,
I was like, can they tell it?
No, you can tell it. That makes it better for us. Look, I forgot.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to recall the story.
When we're in another season, like we listened to the old seasons first, and then we're like, okay, the story matches. Let's go. And then we're like, oh shoot, we need to go back and listen to the seasons again.
But no, what struck me about Angel is that, I was in construction at the time, so I was doing like custom cabinets and stuff like that, family business stuff. And Angel worked for a cabinet place, so we just started conversating and found out we had a lot in common. I'd never met a woman that was in the same career field that I was doing, and
I wasn't building it.
She wasn't building it, but she knew the process, right? So we had a conversation starter, and I think just from there, our conversation flowed. We found out we had a lot more in common.
And he groped me. He groped me at the end of the night.
Don't listen to Angel.
He groped you.
He groped. And I was sitting in a chair minding my own business. Actually, the same friend that he came with had a loss, and at this time when I moved to Georgia, we had just come off of a really bad year of losing people in my family. We had lost 6 people in a span of 6 months.
Wow.
And so when I heard that he lost his family member, I really felt endeared to him, and I felt the need to try to comfort him. So he was sitting on one chair, and I was sitting across the room, really, in another chair. This man comes in and sits in my chair, my single person chair, instead of sitting on the couch with the friend across the way. And he grabbed my leg like he knew me.
I put the Mac down, Dusty.
No.
Dusty. And caught too.
Yeah. Normally I would have been offended. I would have probably wanted to slap him, or I don't even know what it was that I had that little stupid girl. Oh, I still regret it to this day that I didn't like let him know that that was so inappropriate. But yeah, but that's how we got started.
I think she liked that I can walk with my chest out, even though it was Dusty.
Right?
That's, I think,
It was like confidence.
The confidence,
Breaking all the rules, all the rules. Men, I don't advise that you go sit in women's seats and grab their leg.
Right.
It is not right.
Right.
It is wrong, and Gazza actually should be apologizing to me.
Unless you have the right touch.
What?
You gotta have.
Everybody-
I had the right touch that day, obviously.
Don't encourage the crazy.
I had the right touch, man.
That part.
We're
though.
still here.
Like, Judge, I had the right touch, and that's why she dead. Like,
I can see it now. Well, look here. I don't care if your last name is Midas.
That's
Oh
right.
man. Well, it worked. It worked. And it worked, and we haven't looked back since. This is kind of crazy because when Angel and I met, I for sure wasn't trying to get into another relationship. And especially, trying to get out the relationship I was in. So in my head, it was like, okay, we'll hang out, be cool or whatever. But I had no plans of marrying this girl. But that changed really.
I had no plans.
That changed quick.
I'm going back to California. How about that, buddy?
So as we started hanging out more and more, man, it just, it just became evident that we're glued to one another. We were talking on the phone a lot. We spent a lot of time together. And we just had so much in common, man. We had the same type of, when we thought about the future, we just had the same type of wants and the things we wanted to accomplish in life. And, so look, I'm getting a little too
Are you feeling sentimental?
I like it. Keep going.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
How long?
I should have recorded that.
Yeah.
I got you, sis. I got you. Okay.
Oh, it is recorded.
Go.
We on a podcast. Get that snippet. 30 seconds.
But she had drive though, man. She had a lot of drive, and and I myself have a lot of drive, and I want to accomplish a lot. Like I said, we were just on the same playing field, the same level, and we fought the same in a lot of different things. So that meant a lot to me at the time. So without getting too mushy,
he wanted to marry a workhorse. And he just liked the fact that I wanted to work all the time. He said, "Oh, that's the one for me. We can just work a lot." Because he is a workaholic to the fullest extent of the word. And that
because I'm trying to retire early, man. I am trying to be done with this so I can retire and enjoy life. That's it. That's it.
If he says so. But truly, I often tell people that I'm the second wife, that Java and now editing for sound, and I guess it would be Adobe and Logic and all of that would be his first wife. But before it was C++ and JavaScript and Java and all that other stuff, that was his first wife, because he is truly a workaholic. And whenever he puts his mind to some sort of business aspect, he's truly focused, which is why we are able to achieve many of the things that we are able to achieve. Because me, he cracks the whip.
I cracked the whip. She's telling a fib. Because I be like, Angel. So we have pushed out so many seasons, guys. We probably shouldn't have pushed out so soon, even though we overcome it and we was able to get it done. But oh my goodness, by the time we put out a season, we wasn't where we probably should have been. Like instead of being 10, 15 episodes ahead by the time we put out the season, we only got like 3 done.
That's not true.
And then we're going like, but I know. Okay. It's a, okay. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but but I am not that much exaggerating. There's not been a season yet where we haven't been behind, but we pull it off. We always we come together and we pull it off.
Is someone trying to slide a note under the door?
Yes, I think that's our baby.
There's a note at the top of the door now.
Oh,
That is awesome. As long as it doesn't say anything about a fire, you're
Wow.
good.
We're done soon, okay?
Oh, so sorry. This is
No,
You're
you're
good,
good.
You know what I found though?
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Looking at your relationship, even though it was dramatized a little bit
Hey, why not? Come say
on
hello.
the show, the one thing that came across was that
Say hello.
I'm
Since
ready.
you don't disturb our interview.
oh yeah, she's ready to go.
There she is, Halloween ready.
That's
That is so
right.
good. It is Halloween. I know we said it earlier. She's like, I'm about my candy. Y'all need to
right. She doesn't trick or treat. She was downstairs. Her grandparents live in the basement, so they let her walk. Well, they walked with her up around to the front door. She knocked on our door to trick or treat.
Aw.
Oh, that's
We gave her the
beautiful.
oranges we had in the fruit basket, but she was so excited.
Oh, she gonna TP y'all's room.
That is so funny.
Oh,
She was
speaking of
excited
that,
about it.
speaking of TPing our room, I'm not going to try to totally focus on the kids. That's not what it's about. But there was a night where we told her to go to bed, and we're still down here recording. But Elmer glued our sheets together
Oh man.
with
Oh, man.
glitter.
Yeah.
With glitter.
Yeah, she went to work.
And cut triangles out inside of our comforter.
Mhm.
So, to your point,
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
Wow.
So-
okay, I'm just gonna say that they say that the
Wow.
apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
It would be him.
I don't know
Me?
because I know Angel's supposed to be the creative, and that sounds extremely creative to me.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my
There we go.
goodness.
He was mad. He said, "Why are you letting London eat ice cream in our bed?"
I swore it was
I
like,
was like,
yeah.
"What are you talking about? We don't even have any ice cream."
I'm picking the sheets up. I'm like, every finger's just stuck together.
It's Elmer's glue.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
That's why it was
gosh.
white. And he thought it was ice cream, but no, she went to town with the glue and the sheets and the
Wow.
That's what's
I can't ever say that's ever happened before. So I am thankful that
Be
that did
thankful.
not ever happen. Oh
Be
my
thankful.
goodness.
because I was so caught off guard.
Right. What did you? Yeah, I wouldn't even know.
This full glitter surprise. Like,
Oh, that is. She took glitter bomb to like the whole other
Right.
level.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Oh, she's done some other stuff too. She's done put glue on the toilet seat.
oh yeah.
Oh, she's a
Mhm.
prankster.
Oh,
No,
she's done some things.
No. She wanted her toilet to be sparkly. She was trying to bedazzle the
Aw.
toilet seat. And
Uh,
so that particular time was, it still hasn't fully recovered
Mm.
from this. And also she wanted a different color sink. So the nail polish came out. And we're painting our marble sink.
She and our youngest is now 18. Kiki used to go around
Yeah, she used to do
and
some
every single outlet and light switch
Oh my goodness.
ended up getting some duct tape. I don't know how, but she ended up getting
Well,
zebra print.
she liked zebra and like very extravagant tape. And so we would go looking for specific tape. At this time, she was into the zebra. Everything in her room was zebra print. So she decided that she wanted her outlets to be zebra, and our outlets everywhere else in the house should also be zebra. So she was very meticulous in covering the outlets and covering the light switches. And our son at the time, he was a teenager. Oh my God. I almost had to kill him because he was trying to kill her because she put zebra print in his room. Oh my goodness. I remember that.
There's something about these creatives, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Goodness.
Yep. Mhm.
Well, she better do. Well, first she owes me some sheets.
I know that's right.
But yeah, this is still 2021 that it happened, so it's not an old story.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
It's a
Wow.
painful story.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's very painful.
So how long have you two been married?
14 years.
But
See, I said earlier, I'm gonna say something I ain't supposed to say.
it's done.
14
It's done.
years.
Look, they
Mhm.
have to listen. Snooks and Lovey.
Well, yeah, they still have
True.
to listen
Yeah.
to know everything, but it's
Mhm.
14 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long was it before when from the time that you guys met that you got married, or you decided that you knew that this was a forever thing?
1 year.
1 year?
Mhm.
That's what's up.
So it's always easy to like, oh, we've been together. We've been married for 14. Okay, we've been together for 15. Okay, I got it. So we got basically a year and a month.
Look, we got our wedding bands from Walmart.
No, we didn't.
Was it Walmart?
No.
Where was it?
It was online at the store because they were cheaper than Walmart.
Oh, okay.
I know that's right.
See, you're a couple after our heart. I'm no longer even embarrassed. I used to be embarrassed to tell people where we got our first wedding set from.
Well, your wedding set, mine came from
Oh yeah, she had my wedding ring, the one I still wear, came out of an Amway catalog.
My
Mm.
man. Yes, like mine, but my band was like, it may have been like 2 millimeters. It was so thin. It was so thin. Like truly, we were broken in love at the time. We knew we wanted to get married, and we were willing to go that hard road of building financial stability together. I think that's something else that happens with couples when they think about money. They get married broke, but they're not willing to go on that journey to become the unbroke couple. It's just this continuous cycle of brokenness.
That's true.
We wanted to get married, understanding that we were broke, with the plan that we were going to become a machine to move out of that. And God had mercy. And
we've done. Also, we've done pretty well. Yeah.
Would you say so?
Let's
I
say.
would say we got a lot of work to do. But anyway.
Well, I was talking about
Again.
as far as finances is concerned. We were talking about being broke and whatnot.
Well, we're not broke because we're able to eat dinner, but we still got a lot of work to do because I don't go and call the bank and they're like 26,152,000.
No, but I'm just saying from where we started to where we're at.
Okay, that was,
You know,
that's been a long
just
time
we
coming.
support each other through school and stuff like
That's
that.
true.
So and we had some hard times, but yeah.
But if that's enough though, because the supporting.
See what I'm saying? I'm just giving all the goodies away. I don't even know if that's in season 3.
It's not.
Ooh. Oh, so so how many seasons are there?
It goes on forever, man. This is our life. It never stops.
But in all honesty, for what we have mapped out, what we actually see like on a vision board, when we think about our relationship and the 4 things that we could put together that would be entertaining and impactful, right? We're looking at about 9 seasons, and we're on season 3. But on our outline, we're at about 9.
That's an interesting topic. So you've developed vision boards for the business. Do you have vision boards for your life, for your marriage?
No, not a one. Not a one, because like I told you, this man wanted to marry a work. You know what I mean? And so we do vision boards for work. We make
Oh my goodness. We do have a vision board for our life going forward. We know where we're trying to go and how we're trying to get there.
But where is it? Where is it written down? That's what you always tell me. Oh, it's not real.
That's the only problem. I would say that's the only problem. Right? I can't get Angel to write down anything.
What do you mean? I'll write down a lot.
I'll be asking her, hey, we need to get this sorted out for the business. Let's go ahead and get this paperwork started. Let's go ahead and write this down. Let's plan it all out.
We're not going to argue today.
No.
No argue.
No.
No, because let's get an LLC, Angel. What Angel do? Let's get a trademark, Angel. What Angel? Let's get a process flow for our end-to-end process, Angel. What Angel do? You did it. And then now you're asking for something else, and I had inadequate equipment to accomplish what you wanted, and you're still on me. I only had the new computer for about a week, but you are acting like I've had it for 10 years.
I think that's a guy thing because Lovey does the same stuff. I'm like, dude, I had to tell him one time, I'm like, babe, I promise you. He's like, okay. I'll leave you alone. I'm like, can you please just go away? I need you to leave right now.
Does he have to ask you a million times?
No.
And you still tell him to leave you alone?
You don't have to ask.
No.
Look, he tried to make a face like He agreed with Gaz. I guess.
Well, here's the thing, right?
The table is rotating now, Snooks. I think we're no longer like this. It's coming back on.
We have so many things going on, and with these different projects, and it is crucial that our business is solid and it has a strong foundation, and just making sure we're putting all the right components in place early. And we got a lot of distractions going on right now. And although, what are you?
I can't hear you.
So
crazy. We had the opportunity to review it. Actually, I sat in the same chair that I am in, but it was over by the window. And we reviewed that end-to-end plan, and here we are today. What we don't have is a mission and a vision statement. We don't have that. That is true. But this man wants all kinds of, oh, we need insurance. But can we go on? Oh man, we need to upgrade our mic. What I think. But I don't know.
I'm gonna leave Angel alone. I'm gonna digress just a little bit because yeah.
you better pull back, Gazza.
Yeah, I'm gonna digress just a little bit.
Find yourself. Like I kind of.
But no, but we go through this all the time. You know, I mean, it's so busy, man. It's just I'm heads down. Like Angel said earlier, I'm either doing audio editing or you know, we got other things going on even outside of podcasting. So but no, just really trying to, I guess, and after this season, I know we're going to do that a lot more, is kind of step back and really structure our business the right way, right? The way that it needs to. And not to say it's not structured now, but if we want to be able to scale our business, then we really got to slow down and kind of have a little more foresight about where we're going.
Okay, that I do agree. We don't have a lot of standard operating procedures, policies, or how we would expand with and work with contractors or quick turnaround contracts or anything like that. So we don't have a ton of those. And so those are some things. But when he talks about writing stuff down, and I've already done it, and then it doesn't remember that part of it. But in regards to creating policies, processes,
workflows. So no, we have a workflow, right? We have a workflow. We know how to work together, right? But if we're going to expand our team, because right now it's just Angel and I can tell you we're going to have to expand our team very, very quickly. We need to have processes in place, and we need to have workflows in place. We need to. There's a lot of things that. They're taking up their podcast time. I'm sorry. I digress. I digress.
You guys are funny.
So who's? Well, I'm guessing it was Angel, but because you did say, you know, it's her idea. What made you decide to start a podcast? Like, what was the genesis?
Well, not just start a podcast. I mean, but I want to know start a podcast and make it into a story like you did with the Mermaid and the Lion. That's what I want to know. I mean, you know, it's like it's your autobiography. Kind of in so many ways, you know what I'm saying?
It's not an average podcast. Like our podcast is average. That's what people do. Get from.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of jealous because I was like, how come we didn't do it like that? You know, we didn't think about that, but I was like,
Can you imagine though, like the whole drama with the knife scene and everything? And then,
man,
gosh.
No, I can't imagine.
I don't know why my hand is up here. Like this is what I imagined. Like it came down pretty hard and crazy. That is. Look, maybe you guys should let us do an episode for you, and it's based off of whatever you guys said. Can you not hear me anymore?
You know, it's funny. Like you're it's like during the course, your mic keeps disappearing, and Gazza's is right on point.
I think yeah.
You might have been sabotaged.
I know I was. You didn't want me telling the truth.
Angel usually talks pretty low, but it just sounds like it's probably not that.
No, he says I'm going in and out. That's not me.
It's almost as if your mic's not on, and we're catching you from
really. So, say something, Angel.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Did you connect my phone with it?
Yeah. Say something.
Hello.
1 2 1 2.
That last hello sounded better.
Hello.
That's good.
It's better.
It's better.
Something's
So,
wrong.
but how did you get to the point where you were like, okay, story form, drama, this is what we want to do, and do it together?
So a lot of baby please, baby please, baby please.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't
Baby
want to do it at first.
please. Listen to this. Listen to this audio drama. Listen to this audio drama. There's only 45 people of color making this type of content.
I didn't care.
Baby, please listen. Don't you think that our story is compelling? Don't you think that someone could learn from the mistakes that we made? And he's like, I don't care about this mistake. I don't care. I don't want anybody knowing my mistakes either. And I was like, but there's something to it. I was like, just listen to this. And some people last year, well, now almost 2 years ago, with COVID, it was something that was detrimental for them. But for us, COVID allowed me to start working remotely. And it allowed me to beg on a more consistent basis and wear him down in an area where he had a stronghold. And by the beginning of April, our anniversary, a great time to knock down barriers, I was able to achieve what no woman has achieved.
I guess.
That was bending her husband.
At least I was a very private person. I was a very private person. I wasn't even on social media at the time.
Whoa. How do you go from not having a presence on social media?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get, because listen, though, y'all need to go start with episode 1, season 1 of The Mermaid and the Lion. And you guys are going to have the same question in your head that I have right now. Like, how do you go from no social media presence to bearing it all? When I say bearing it, just so you guys know, there is explicit content.
Yes, it is. It's not a kid's pod.
No,
Right,
This is
that
not
part.
a kids podcast.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, like from like, I don't want nobody to know my business too. I'm gonna put it all out there. Not just all how I do it, how many strokes I mean, it's all
It's
there.
at least 72. Just kidding.
It's crazy. I don't know. I really. She, like you said, she had to beg me to come on. I don't know. Maybe you have a better explanation.
I'm gonna say that it was God's will for it to happen for me because he was so adamant, and the decision to say, all right, I'll do it was pretty like yesterday I said no, and today I'm saying yes. Let me see the script. How would it work? So I was like, hey, I already have written, I know how Gazza is. I didn't come off as organized to begin with. It was still going to be a no. And don't ever ask me again. If you do, I might, take away all of the things you like candy and stuff like that and hide it. Because he also is very much into fitness and talks about me. Doesn't let me have my candy.
That's actually how I started my social media presence first.
Fitness.
Before actually going into the podcasting thing. I had I have a love for fitness, and I was like, okay, I think I can, do something with this, and who knows where it'll go. And I did a couple of videos. They went very, very well. Was able to amass a large following within a short time.
On TikTok. He was a TikToker. He had hip thrusts in one video, and people went crazy. And I was like, what's going on? And he was like, I don't know. They like me in these silk pants doing these hip thrusts. Like who works out in silk pants, sir? That's the problem.
I did that for a while. And then Angel.
That's not true. It's not true. There's only one silk video.
Oh, you got jokes tonight, huh? Oh, okay.
It's just one silk pants video. If you guys ever go on TikTok and go to Flex on
oh my goodness.
and you can see it because he has his hands. And he listen to the camera. Like, hold on, let me turn my head so I can do the lip.
You know what it was?
And all of the women were like, ah! And then next thing you know, he has 18,000 followers.
Wow.
I think, you know what, just to kind of go back and forget everything the angel just said.
True.
Exit out.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
So the way that we really came out onto
See
social
that?
media,
You see, I'm not a liar.
you get to a point where it's just like you want to make like people have regrets, right, about things that they do in life, like, oh, I didn't do that. I should have went and did that. And they didn't, and then they regret it. I just think, like, for us at the time, we wanted to do those things and make sure, at least say we tried, right, without regret. So I think that was kind of like, no, I'm just saying, I'm just looking for my words, but I think that was kind of like how we kind of started. It was like we had this.
They're supposed to be asking the questions, but I'm gonna take charge and hopefully they don't kick me off. Turn my mic off. It's going in and out anyway. But what changed your mind, Gazza? Tell me. I've never really
For the podcast.
What changed your mind?
Man. You haven't asked me this before?
Oh, and I'm ready.
I just wanted to, here's what changed my mind. I've been trying to get Angel to start a business. I always felt like I've always been an entrepreneur type of person. I never want to work for nobody. I started out working for myself, right? I'm working in corporate America now. And by the time I was 21, I had my own crib, I had my own contracts, and my father had a family business, but I have my own things going on the side. But with us, what was the question again?
What changed your mind?
What changed my mind?
But I actually believe what you're saying right now. I believe you, and I know that you're telling the truth because actually you have told me this, and I just forgot.
What did I tell you? Because I forgot.
You told me that you always wanted to go into business with me.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was.
I always said no.
She was okay, and she felt safe and secure being in corporate America, and didn't even want to take a chance or a risk, in starting your own business. And I'd been pushing her to that for a long time. And I think the fact that she wanted to do something, obviously based around being a podcast and a business, I felt like I should jump on that while she's hot, right? And support it. Even though it's not really something that I really wanted to do in the beginning, but I felt like if I gotta, compromise, right? So I said, okay, well, this is what you want to do. I'll support it and we'll try it out. And it kind of just went from there. I felt like, I had a lot of things that I was trying to do in the past and she wasn't really didn't really want to do. But when she found a passion for doing, I was like, let me take this opportunity while it's hot. And then as I started doing it, I became to even love the art and the craft of podcasting and creating audio dramas and stuff like that. And I'm already kind of a very kind of techie person anyway. And so it kind of fell within my wheelhouse, sound design and stuff like that. So along our path, I also found a love. But I tell you, it wasn't that starting out. Starting out, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm doing this to support you. And we'll see where it goes.
You know what? I'm not gonna do a Mermaid and Lion episode if you don't leave me alone.
Well, because two, it's I felt like I was giving up a lot of my privacy, which I value my privacy, and I knew that we're going to be doing this. I mean, we're talking about our life, and so I'm not the very sharing person. I think I've learned how to be a little bit more comfortable sharing things with people, the public, maybe a little bit too much these days. But
because there's a couple, the last few episodes got a little deep.
Oh, look, forget the audio drama, the other content we got, lion lessons and
so
it's it gets so
we out here now. We in the street, we for the street, not in the future capacity, but in the
I want to say you guys are it's like I feel like you guys are like dear to our hearts because number one, people always have projects. I won't say always, but a lot of people have different projects, and Gazza kind of spoke to it a little bit about he was doing something, whatever. And then he's like, well, I'll be supportive of my wife. I find a lot of people where the wife is supportive of the husband or the husband is supportive of the wife in their own endeavors. You know what I'm saying? It's not, a lot of times it's not a collaborative effort of husbands and wives coming together and let's do this together. It's always, oh yeah, my husband does this, or oh yeah,
Mhm.
my wife has that. I love how you guys are together. I mean, we're all about everything, love, marriage, and whatever. And I love that you guys work together and telling your story together. It's not so much of a he said, she said kind of thing. It's like I can't sit here and say something that happened or say something that didn't happen or whatever with Lovey right here, because he'd be like, that did not happen. I mean, we keep each other accountable. So I love that you guys work together. In telling your story and the transparency that you have, because again, like Gazza said, he's private, and a lot of people are very private, and they were
Mhm.
like, oh, I don't know if I want people to know that about me. You have to
Mhm.
be willing to put yourself out there
It's a
and take the
sacrifice.
scrutiny, exactly,
Mhm.
the sacrifice, and just
Mhm.
be willing to just be laid bare.
Mhm.
One thing that well, obviously, everybody knows Lovey got stabbed by my ex-boyfriend, and it was
Mhm.
very hard to it was easy to talk about that in close quarters, like closed quarters, like, but when we started talking about it in front of other people, or on a big stage, I was like, ooh, and even some people that were like, oh, I would have never married her, or I wouldn't have blah blah blah. It's like the judgment starts coming, then you're just like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I'm like, well, it is what it is. I'm comfortable now in all the judgment that comes, because you always get blamed for why something happened wrong or whatever,
Mhm.
but it's having that support of your partner to be like, babe, so what, who cares about what they say or whatever. I just wanted to get that out and say that I love that you guys work together. You're very transparent, and it seems like you're very comfortable now, in
Oh, we out here
sharing your
now.
story. In
Yeah.
sharing your story, because believe it or not, the smallest, a lot of the details, they do help other people, because someone is going through something
Right.
and they resonate with, oh, okay, I remember feeling like that. Oh, I remember going through that or saying that or whatever. And then they tune in a little bit closer and be like, how'd they deal with it? Or what they say, how'd they make it, So I appreciate that.
Well, and I think it's metaphorical for marriage. And this the story that you're telling right now. By the way, so all of you listeners, you guys are getting an exclusive right now with
They're
Angel
like,
and
who
Gaza.
is the mermaid and the lion? I need to know about this.
No, but what I find really beautiful about this, and when I asked how did this start, Angel had this idea. She had a script, and Gaza said no. Then Gaza was like, yeah, you know what? I've always wanted to go into business with Angel, and you had your own ideas of why and how you're going to do this, right? And even there was opposition in the very beginning. And then when you made the decision, like, you know what, let's just give it a try. Let's see what we're going to do. And then you come together, and it started to take on its life, to where now Gaza's taking these different classes, and like he's getting more involved. And it's gone from a contribution to we're doing
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
together, stride for
Mhm.
stride.
Mhm.
And I think that in our marriages, we have a tendency to forget that that's how we all start. We start off as individuals.
So I
Mhm.
do have a question, and I want to know, do you guys have a hard time going from being business partners in business to, does the business ever carry over into the marriage?
Oh yes.
The bleed is bad.
Oh
The
yeah.
bleed is bad.
Mhm.
And it's actually something that we're still perfecting, but I think that we have,
Mhm.
within this short time of beginning the Mermaid and the Lion, that we've come to really learn how to navigate, right? So that when we are going to bed angry is not about
Workflow,
mermaid
processes,
which
workflow,
we have, which
processes.
we have documented. So again, all of that kind of makes the difference for us.
Mhm.
Where his back is not turned to me because I didn't get him somebody's audio. versus his back being turned to me because I violated a core value in our relationship.
No, it's hard though, because especially what we're doing, running so many different projects, I have to be so hands down. I really can't lift my head up to go do the things that I would like to do myself, but I put it off on Angel, like, hey, can you do this? Because she might have a whole different priority that she feels like is important. I think we got trick-or-treaters outside the house, but I don't think they're coming to knock.
We serve Jesus.
Yeah, they're knocking. And we don't got no candy.
You have to cut off the lights.
All the lights on in the house.
Look, my dad used to put out a sign in the front that said, "The Lord cast him into."
Did you guys hear that knock?
No.
Okay, guess at least some good mics.
They probably heard me yell, "We serve Jesus," though. So, hey.
But no, it's hard when you have so many projects and it's just one of you. Like I love my wife, but man, if I had two, good Lord, we'd be getting some stuff done. And that's a compliment. And I, yep, that's a huge compliment. No.
I love my husband, but if I had none, can you imagine?
Wow. We try to keep y'all together now. Okay, come on.
Oh man, we ain't going nowhere. Look, it's we are definitely in this for the long haul. We argue a lot. But at the end of the day, it's really just about coming back to the table and finding that place where you guys can communicate.
Right.
You're gonna argue, right? But it's just you have to find the playing ground.
Setting those clear boundaries around, like, okay, before we move on to this next thing, let's go ahead and talk about, are we mad at each other because of something that's relationship driven, or are we mad at each other because it's Mermaid, Lion, ENT driven, which is the LLC that we started, that's the umbrella for all of the shows. Right now, our biggest shows is Mermaid and Lion and Stonecrest Weekly was where we're really focusing, and I promise you, it's almost like the Mermaid and the Lion was my brainchild. Stonecrest Weekly was Gazza's brainchild.
My first creation.
And they're both such high priority in our business and in our lives right now. It's almost like the battle of the pods at home. And making sure that, are you jealous that this podcast is doing this? Or are you particularly sabotaging working on my podcast?
It's kind of crazy how it worked out, right? Because Angel, we did the Mermaid and Lion, and Angel went and she wanted to do the passion project, was the Unforgiven, right? Which we spent so much time doing. We had a lot of voiceover artists.
Money into the Forgiven.
So we spent a lot of time doing that, and oh my goodness, so many episodes that I had to do. Yeah, and we did that in not a very short period of time, trying to acquire all the talent and the music and just the sound design, just the production of it. So she did that, and then we, like I said, we live in Stonecrest, and I came home one day, I was like, man, I see this place right here kind of getting ready to take off and go places. They're getting ready to do the new Black Wall Street stuff here, and this is, how have we known about the new Black Wall Street?
Because we're driving to Taco Bell.
We were driving to Taco Bell, and we seen a sign on something like that, right? And I looked, and I already had a good feeling about Stonecrest and where we are, and some of the things that are already happening, and some of the things that the chatter in the community that I had been hearing. And it was like, man, you know what? I'm looking on the internet. I'm not seeing no other podcast out here. I'm not seeing no other media groups out here specifically for Stonecrest. I was like, man, that's a space that need to be filled out here. I said, how you feel about bringing audio dramas to Stonecrest?
You tricked me with that. We're not doing audio drama. It's a news commentary podcast.
That's the start. We had to fill and serve I see it as doing a community service right now. I don't like doing interview type podcasts, and I'm having to go interview council members and stuff like that. That's not really my thing, but I see it as kind of community service and kind of, sometimes you got to do things you don't really enjoy. You can give back a little bit. And obviously we're trying to do some of our own stuff out here too. So, and this space needed to be filled, and we had the skill sets to be able to fill that space very, very well. And, that's what we've done. You know what I realized? It's easier. It's easier than having to produce a whole episode with audio drama and stuff like that. You could just do an interview. I'll, put some.
I think we have a new respect for commentary podcasts.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Because you guys talk about like, oh, our podcast is average, but you can't say that
Uh-uh.
because now that we've done it more,
Mhm.
maintaining the conversation that we have together, right? Keeping the energy, bringing us back home when we're on a tangent, all the things that you guys are trying to do, we're wayward.
Mhm.
And so all of that matters and it makes a difference. And there's a lot of work in plotting, period, that I believe that many listeners don't understand, right? All they see is the end episode, but they don't understand like that all the time that it is taken for us to finally get together. Listening to the episodes or preparing your content for anyone that you're doing, or just when it's the two of you on your episodes and you guys are doing the research for the topic that you want to present to make sure that it's a concise conversation and making sure that you're keeping it interesting. It's a lot of work in the space as a whole. And we have respect for you, listen. So I'm gonna put that out there. We listen to you too. And it's you deserve them. How about that? Like, you know, some people are like, well, let me just listen because this is the right thing to do. I said it was my
That
friend.
sound like your granddaddy did.
And it sound like an old lady.
Right,
Look, that's the other day. My grandmother is pretty sick right now, and my grandfather, I called him, and he said, "You know, that nurse came in here, and I think your grandma's gonna be walking in a few weeks." I was like, "What?" And she is absolutely not gonna be walking. She has broken hips and a broken back, but he swears he's like,
"Oh, Grandpa,
before she gonna be walking in a minute. You gotta come out here and see her." I said, "Okay."
Aww.
You know, but that's how he talks, just like that. "Oh, tell that man to come up here and get."
He does talk just like that too.
I can't help it. That man, I've been married to him forever, but it's never his name. It's that man.
That man.
Look, or you could be like my in-laws that just pronounce names all wrong. Look,
Because I was like,
Snooks,
who he
wait.
talking about? Don't be talking about my family.
Look,
Get your hands off me.
Snooks'
Why you
real
touching
name
me?
is Rana, right? So that's her. Her name is Rana.
Oh, you going deep.
Oh, I'm going deep.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I
Okay.
laugh
I got you. I
Every
got
single
you.
time her
Mhm.
dad comes around,
I just
her dad has called her Rhonda.
he doesn't say Rhonda. He
This
says
is Rhonda.
he says Rhonda.
Run.
My dad is from Mississippi. Him and my Uncle Puncho. I don't know why they call me Rhonda. Uncle Puncho. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Rhonda. And I had to tell, I said, Daddy, I said, why are you calling? My name is Rana. He goes, I know what your name is. And I said, but you still say, I said, you don't, Rhonda. You don't even say Rhonda. You say Rhonda.
Put a U and a D in it.
So I like it like that. I like it like that.
Rhonda.
That sound bad.
It feels good when I say it.
Right.
No, and it's good, you know. So, and I like the banter that we're having because this right here to me represents a lot of what we should be doing in our relationships, because it's like jazz, right? You just got to vibe off of each other and just kind of get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
And I think so often couples have a tendency to think it's supposed to be cookie cutter. It's
Definitely
supposed to be
not.
like, oh, well, I saw this on the Huxtables, you know, on the Cosby Show, or I saw this on this show, or my cousin, my auntie, my grandparent. We have a tendency to follow suit. And I love what Gazza said a moment ago about being an entrepreneur and what he saw a need, filling a need. And I think a lot of times the greatest entrepreneurship venture that you can ever step into is marriage, because
That is true. That's so true. Yeah.
you're feeling a need, right? You saw there's a need in your life that caused you to say, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with someone. And you also, I ain't gonna lie, I saw a need in your life,
You was
girl.
feeling my need.
I saw a need in your life.
Okay, you feeling my need. Okay.
He filled that gap.
Hey man, I was going there. All I think about was filling that gap.
Oh man.
The Peace
Look.
podcast.
And I ain't said nothing wrong. I do check that box and say this is not for kids.
Yeah, right.
That's so
I haven't
funny.
gotten explicit. I don't think we've gotten explicit.
Nah, not yet.
We haven't been
He
all
said
right.
not yet.
No, it's been good. And it just I think there's a big part of that to where we need to recognize that you're feeling a need for somebody else's life and yours. And you know, continue to move forward. And it doesn't mean it's gonna be perfect. I
No.
love like I just gotta read this real quick. I don't even think I have it up anymore. Darn it.
What?
It was a thing about, was it on the about page? There was something that I read about you two, and now I don't even know where
Lord
it
love you.
was. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's this phrase where it talks about the hosts.
Oh my gosh, what did we put?
And I just have to read this because I think it speaks volumes about what we're seeing and hearing right now. It says God's and Angel are just an average married couple that had relationship struggles that they created by not listening, not communicating, being selfish, and a host of other things. But what they have learned is there is a way to make it through the struggle if you put in the work.
That's true.
They still aren't perfect, but they are willing to share what they have experienced in hopes that someone will avoid the mistakes they have made along the way.
Mm.
And I think that doesn't speak to just the Mermaid and the Lion, just one particular aspect or a facet of what you do professionally. That speaks to what you're doing on a daily basis in your relationship, and you're helping all of us. Because like we get to get that bird's eye view of what you guys are going through, and it's like you said, it's like, hey, if they did that, okay, we can get through it too.
Oh, definitely, man.
But don't do it if you don't have to. Especially season 3, when you guys get, don't do any, especially the things that I did. Don't do that. Not wouldn't. Don't.
And I have no clue what she's talking about.
Look, we're gonna have to actually slide you over to Gazza's mic.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. And all before it was like y'all was on point.
Well, these levels are lighting up over here. Let me see.
So I don't know, but
How about now?
it's almost like your mic isn't even on. It's crazy.
It's broken. You broke it.
You broke the mic. That's right. Just sit closer. The closer you get to Gazza, the better we can.
Yeah. Come over here. That's because I don't know what's going on. I'm showing that it's lighting up.
That's all right, though. I mean, for the most part, we caught the majority, all the important stuff.
Don't look sad, Angel. It's okay.
Oh, look, we know how we feel when
We really are a real efficient shop.
So I can hear you now.
Wait, what?
I hear you a lot better.
What?
Seriously.
Yeah, come over here.
They hear me better.
Now you're like great right now, girl.
One
Are
mic.
you
One mic.
serious?
All right.
Yeah, like Houdini, one love, y'all one mic. That's it.
Wow. Isn't this crazy?
It's
Yeah,
And
we'll-
it's something
we'll check
because
that out.
beforehand it was all like
it
it was good.
in
But
and
the
out.
moment I hit record, it was like just disappeared.
Oh, wow. If we need to redo this whole, we'd be more than happy to come back. If you guys get off of here and you find out you have some issues, then we can
Were we
come back.
recording on our side?
No, we didn't record on our side.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so yeah, now it's golden.
It's so funny.
What?
But I got to get some of this too now.
Are you coming through? So anyway, well, I'll take a listen and see.
Mhm.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I want to ask you guys something because you guys are so busy, like you said, and life is happening and it's continuing on. How do you guys take time out for each other?
I'm gonna tell you,
Don't lie, guys.
I'm gonna tell you, lately there has not been much time. We were just talking about this earlier on today, like, after we drop Mermaid Lion season 3, that we'll, look at going on a vacation. But every now and then you have to refuel. And we haven't refueled in a while because we've had Stonecrest Weekly was a kind of like a last minute project. We just kind of fly the moment. Let's do it. Let's jump on it while things are hot. And we kind of squeezed it in. But we are definitely overdue for a break. We're getting to the point where it's like, we're getting worn down now. We definitely need to refuel, go see a beach,
Right.
and just go relax and nothing podcast. And so it's definitely very, very important for us to be able to do that. And we're coming very, very close to making that happen. Mhm.
You answered honestly. That was wonderful.
What you was gonna say?
I don't know. That we spend all the time together doing podcasts. So that's how we spend time together.
No, ma'am.
Something like that.
No, but
ma'am.
lately we've been grinding. We have been grinding
On the grind, yeah.
lately. And I'm gonna tell you too, it a lot of people say it's a lot of work, but sometimes it don't feel like work when we're working together. It doesn't.
Mhm.
We could be in
That
here
part's
for
true.
hours and we're doing something we enjoy, and we're both on the same. Like I said, when I first jumped into this, we wasn't really on the same level, right? It was just a support. I'm gonna support you, but and it'd be like, I gotta go do this. But now it's like, okay, we are right here. We're creating a real business around what we're doing, and but now I'm in love with this stuff, man. especially some of the things that we're creating. Look, I'll tell you one thing. We have no pictures in our house.
Ooh, because
Hold
he
on.
won't put them up.
Hold on.
Because
So,
I
hold
have
on.
pictures. I have a whole
So
bunch of pictures, and he hasn't put them up.
we
Mm.
after years, after me saying that we had no pictures,
And for years, the pictures
we,
have been in
we
the plastic.
finally get some pictures. You know how you go to somebody's house, you see a little family picture, you know, the marriage and vacations and stuff. Everything's on our phones. So we don't really have that when you walk into our house that, we going in. And so so this is the great thing about the Mermaid and the Lion, right? And something I enjoy is that we're actually telling our story in a way where we don't need the pictures. We got this thing on audio. we don't caught the whole thing in a story. So she kind of, I was about to slap me. Which she just did recently, actually.
I did. Oh, I sure did. I did slap him. But
Our intro.
But it was a promo reel, guys. It was a promo reel. I have matured so much past my slapping days. I don't do that no more.
We did a promo reel for season 3 of The Mermaid and the Lion, and
That's
one of the
so
scenes she has to slap me, but that scene had to be taken more than once. So
Of course.
She's like, I didn't like
Right,
that. Let's
of
do
course,
it again.
I think there was a shadow on my hand. I have to do that one over again.
right.
Look, the person filming it said that didn't come across
Oh,
right.
you
You have to
serious,
do it
man?
again. I was like, I get to do it again.
Yeah, she was happy about that, and my face was red. And yeah, but
That's so funny.
but just I feel like for me, and I always be bugging. I was like, man, why we ain't got no pictures in the house, man? What do I gotta put the pictures in the pictures frame? Because I don't feel like I should be doing that.
But this is the part that still bothers
Look.
me. You guys, I really want, because this is going to be on YouTube, I almost want to go upstairs and grab the pictures
Oh.
that I bought.
After years of
But
me
they have now
complaining,
have been sitting in the plastic
they have. But
for years.
But we started Mermaid and the Lion, and it's satisfying.
So
to me now.
Mermaid and the Lion, you can't put a picture? After you begged me, but Mermaid and the Lion stops pictures from going up. And I mean, I bought them. It doesn't matter. The fact is that I executed. You see that, Snooki? I execute. I didn't.
After some time, but she did. She did. But I ain't even tripping on the pictures no more because I like I said, I'm satisfied. We got our story. Well, it's so funny.
I was just imagining, because you talked about when people go to visit someone at their house and there's all the pictures everywhere.
Come to our
And I used
house
to come to our
and-
house and Mermaid and the Lion starts playing.
As soon as you walk in, it's like every room is like motion
Right.
activated.
That is so funny.
Each room's
Oh,
a new
man.
episode.
That's hilarious.
But no, it was it's just cool to capture the story like that, and something you can look back on years from now and reflect on. And pictures is the same way, right? And the audio drama, same thing. It's something you can listen back to and reflect on. And it's kind of crazy because when we were creating the Mermaid and Lion seasons 1, season 2, and just recalling and remembering some of those things that we had went through, kind of made us think about, how much we really love one another, and just revaluing each other in that moment of like, dang man, we went through that, and okay, yeah, it was just yeah. If I get too mushy,
You're gonna get mushy?
not really, but
Kiss me.
of course, come in.
That was cute.
Mhm. I didn't mean to miss the kiss.
Oh,
I was going like that. You were going in like that. And I'm like, Lord.
I never meant to kiss you on the lips.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
Let me ask
We
you
back.
this.
That is so funny.
So, it's funny. So we talked about, the families coming together, and I'm trying to be careful not to ask certain questions because I really want people to listen to your podcast, because a lot of the questions are answered in the drama reenactment.
That's
There's
right.
so much that I ain't playing. Y'all need to go listen because there's a lot. And look, you get to the point where and this has happened where you're driving to a spot and you listen, and the episodes aren't long, but then, I'll listen to like 2 or 3. And then all of a sudden I arrive at my destination. I'm like, but I don't want to go in right now because I want to hear what happens.
Listen.
Oh man, thank you.
Look,
Thank you.
that part, and this season we're doing it a little bit differently.
I'm gonna tell you, if you like seasons 1 and 2, you're really, really gonna like season.
Why
3.
will they like season 3 so much?
One is because the audio is on a different level. Like it's stepped up tremendously from season 1, season 2. When I listen to season 1, season 2, now I'm like, ugh. But you know, that was my stomping ground for.
Did you say,
I said, storyline's good, right? But audio quality is I know to a lot of people is good, and it is good. It's not bad, right? But I was just getting started, right? And I've had time to really develop my skill set, especially for the Forgiven. A lot of that we use like binaural sounds, where it's actually better to listen to if you're wearing headphones, because then you get to kind of hear things like motion. Things might sound like it's over here or over here. And with Mermaid and the Lion, it's a stereotype of audio drama. So it's just 2-channel, right? Left, right. But with Forgiven, there's more panning going on. Like I said, binaural, special effects. And we've kind of implemented a lot of those things into the season 3 of Mermaid and the Lion.
A little bit of those things.
A little bit. Well, we didn't go as heavy on the binaural sound in season 3, but we still add a little bit. And the reason why we didn't do that is because a lot of the listeners are still learning about audio drama, about what binaural sound is and stuff like that. So we didn't want to go too heavy for the Mermaid and the Lion, but Forgiven, we went pretty heavy on
and
that.
Even I want to say in Forgiven, the Forgiven. I always call it the Unforgiven, but I say it wrong. You guys,
well, we have don't we? And then we have the X.
So I always say the Unforgiven. And just real quick, the first time that I tried to get it, because Lovey told me about it, the movie came up. I was like,
the movie.
I was like, why? It's not Clint Eastwood. I'm trying to hear the other, you know. But anyway, I think you guys make mention of that. And you say that you should listen to, you know, if at all possible, listen with the headphones or whatever on. I just play it heck loud in my car because, you know, it's surround sound for me. But I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, I love it because, like, kind of we talked about a little bit earlier, the drama that goes on in the Bible. People always think, oh, the Bible's so boring. I'm like, y'all ain't never heard of David, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just so funny that David is my favorite character in or favorite person in the Old Testament. So I was just like, I was like fiending for it, you know. I was like, oh, is there more? Is there more? You know, I wasn't able to download it before I left the second or the other episode right before I left home. So I was only stuck with the one. So I had to call Lovey. I was like, babe, did you finish it? He goes, can you just wait till you get home? Okay. I just need you to wait. But I just think that it is so good. And I love that you incorporated that. And I love how you call it your passion project. I can't say enough about it. It is amazing to me. It's so great because the things that happened back in Bible days happen now. It's just
absolutely
different, you know, different people or whatever, the settings, corporations instead of whoever, but it's great. You guys did a phenomenal job. It's great.
Like,
and I would
hug you. Why do we have to wait till May? Like, I just want to know about that.
I would say when you get an opportunity, definitely listen to it with headphones. When
but
you
the surround sound in the car is still good.
No. Because this
in our car with the surround sound,
it's good, but some
things,
like
I heard the knocking in the back.
Some things get a little bit lost in translation because they were designed for headphones. And even though you can hear a lot of the stuff in the car, there's little details you may miss, but when you put on the headphones, you'll catch them. And that's the kind of the thing with binaural sound.
Okay, so y'all heard that binaural sound. I never heard that word before, but okay. Binaural, or knowing what it meant.
And I want to say this too, for those of you that are listening, like, oh, well, that's cute. They do Bible stories. You have to understand what they're doing is taking the stories from the Bible, but they're placed in modern day times.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have said that.
And so, like, when you're talking about David, it's not like, okay, David's, you hear sand, he's walking through sand because he's in the desert.
David might be in the club.
Right.
But he wasn't in the club.
No, he wasn't, but I'm just saying. Right.
But wait, no, Joseph was kind of in the club.
Joseph and his brothers.
They were in the club.
And even the whole setup with like Uriah, you know, it's like, okay, get the girls or whatever. So, you know,
So it's
good,
updated.
You guys.
It's like basically taking the stories and putting them in modern times, but still getting the same story across. So that way it's relatable. And I'm telling you, you will thank us.
Fabulous.
You will thank us for turning you on to this because it's bomb.
Great, you guys. Our heads aren't going to fit in the screen anymore if you guys keep on praising us so much. Like, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know how much.
Honored.
I'm hoping that I can really air this episode, depending upon, you know, how the audio comes out in the beginning. But I'm going to tell you right now, one thing I really wanted to ask was, in both projects, you have music, like new artists, you know, like up and coming artists.
I love that.
And like, so when you hear music in the Mermaid and the Lion, you're going to hear this music like, oh, I don't know that song, because they're independent artists that they've been weaving into the story. And they also have the soundtrack. And I love how you promote, you know, these up and coming artists.
It's very important to do that. Yeah.
Same thing in Forgiven with these gospel artists. Same thing. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's a real community type of effort. I feel like it's not just about, you know, just the two of you telling your story or just the two of you telling the story about whoever else in the Bible. Like Lovey said, you're promoting other people, even with the audio drama, how you use other other actors or other people or whatever. I was like, oh, we finna be actresses on this show.
We talked about it, didn't we, Lovey? We
did in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been bugging me. Sure. Angel, why didn't you play yourself?
I did.
It didn't sound like you in the very beginning.
Because that wasn't me. On the first episode, that's not everyone. It's so crazy. They always think that it's me.
Speaking to the mic, babe. Speaking to the mic.
Not
like that.
He's like
right in the middle.
Yeah, but in the first one, it's not me.
No,
that is a young lady named Kimora, which was people think it's me, whatever, and they were like, "Oh wow, you were a virgin when you got married." I was like, you know, why you want to embarrass me like that? It didn't happen that way for me. You know, why are you doing that? Why everyone? That's the first thing. Then I had a cousin. You know, I guess no shade. She was like, I knew that wasn't you because I know you wasn't a virgin when you got married because you had this boyfriend and I remember him. I was like, okay, thank you. You know, my husband's gonna stay married to me after you leave, I hope.
Because you didn't come until what episode was this? Like
4.
Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. So episodes 1 through 3 is just Gazza and his whole phase, really. You know,
that's right.
That's right. Okay, so it was a while ago. Okay, that's right.
Because initially I thought that too, but then after, what was it? I don't know if it was on the after show, if it was on the next one or whatever. When you guys talk about it, I think you made mention to that it was not. I was like, okay, that's not her. Because I was feeling a little some kind of way. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. She stayed wholesome.
No.
It's like, no, my sister.
You know, the devil is busy. You know,
the devil is busy.
You know, it's and again, some of our listeners are like, okay, well, we normally go deep, right? Like asking all kinds of questions, what have you. And again, we're purposely not asking these questions because I'm trying to encourage each and every one of you. If you truly want to know the story of Angel and Gazza, you have to listen to the Mermaid and the Lion. It'll entertain you. And I guarantee you're going to thank us for it because you're going to keep coming back for more and more and more. And you're going to have the same request or complaint that I have, that these episodes should be longer.
Oh yeah, I was a little bit upset the very first time too. I was like, it's over already? I needed to take me to my 45-minute drive.
Right. So,
that's what we get a lot too.
We get like, well, you're going to tell them what season 3 is going to do? Because I think
season 3 is going to be mini-sodes, and it's going to be more like, but we're coming multiple days a week. So it's going to be more like a kind of like, what do you call, like a soap opera kind of?
Yeah, soap opera. So I'm not sure if any of you guys went to your grandma's house and she's watching Young and the Restless or, you know, General Hospital and all of that other stuff. Those are hour-long shows. We understand that, but it's always the cliffhanger at the end. So I'm going to go like, you know, Victor Newman and whoever, you know, Victor, no, you know, that's the end. And then, you know, others people will come in like Phyllis or goodness, who else could I say, like, you know, Sharon and Nick or whatever, their stories will be told. And then it'll come back, or I don't remember Shamar Moore's name anymore when he was on that show. Malcolm. And it was I hated him. But anyway, I just felt like every time I looked at him, he never moved his mouth very much. Oh, come here, baby girl. Oh gosh, he got on my nerves. But anyway, nonetheless, but it's always like this cliffhanger experience, and then you come back in, and instead of being like, Victor, no, it'll be like, no, Victor, why did you? Is how the scene will come back in. So we kind of took a little bit of that concept, and they're minisodes. So the recaps, line lessons, and all of that, we're moving that behind the paywall. So all of the banter that we have that where we talk about the show and our experiences is all going to Patreon for season 3, but we're still going to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the minisodes, which they're about 7 to 10 minutes each one. So twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday, there's an episode. So they are a little shorter, but dun, 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 the season is 14 weeks long.
Okay.
And there's 28 episodes.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling this. So
Yeah.
And when is this? I'm sorry, babe. When does the season start?
So it starts November 11th. For Patreon folks, it will be out next Thursday.
Okay.
And then for the public feed, it will be out on the 11th.
Okay. Gotcha.
okay, I'm digging this. So since we're at this part right now, tell our listeners how they can support everything that you're doing right now.
Number one, listen, right? That's the number one way to support and
Leave a review.
to amplify the listens, to leave a review. That means a lot. That helps us get seen and promote us in the algorithm, specifically on Apple Podcasts. So we appreciate that. The number 3 way that you could support us would be by following us on Instagram at the Mermaid and the Lion _. We do a lot of stuff on the page. I leave a lot of quotes that I feel are profound, and other people are like, shut up, we really know you. And then the 4th way, if you like what we're doing and you would like to help support the growth of the Mermaid and the Lion to where we can afford to spend more time putting out longer, lengthier episodes, you could join our Patreon, or you could buy us a coffee. That would be helpful too, because don't let this mic fool you. I don't know what's really happening right now, but it really is a good mic. And we actually need 2 more. The reason we want to move to more mics, we want to bring the voice actors in-house. We want to actually change the way that we do this. Hopefully within 2022, we will be in the position that all of our voice talent records physically with us. No more mail-in audio. Like, we want to be able to support bringing you to town, having you record for chemistry reasons, for audio consistency reasons. And I just feel like it's a good look for the brand to be able to give that type of exposure to folks. And we're in Stonecrest, and that means that we'll be earning revenue and we could pay taxes on it, right? So it supports our city, all of that other good stuff. But so all of those are ways that you can support us. But number one thing is, I've never met a listen I didn't like. So if you listen, it means everything to us, and we appreciate you, because when you listen, you don't have to do anything but tell a friend, tell a friend. So those are all the ways. Do you have any other ways?
No, I think you pretty much summed it up.
Slide into Gazza's DM and hit on him, because I like looking at those. Those are always fun.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had a wife on the show that was like, yeah, slide in my husband's DMs because I want to check that out and see what you're going to say.
I'll be coming to her and we'd be laughing. I'd be like, look at this.
It's so entertaining. And I don't know why it's so entertaining, but it really gets my gut.
We'd be having some fun with it.
It gets my gut going. No one ever slides in my DM. But so, I live vicariously through Gazza too. Like, oh, look at they hitting on us. No, they're not.
No, that's right. I know that's right.
That is hilarious. Well, look, we truly appreciate your time, and I foresee another interview coming up in the future.
I foresee it too.
Yep, and let us know if if the mic situation is a little bit too bad.
Why are you saying that now? You giving him more stuff to cut out.
Would you really cut that out?
Yeah. I really did raw.
Exactly. Thank you. I didn't imagine he would cut it out.
I probably didn't tell you that everything we do is unedited. So we try and we let everybody get to see each other, and it's rawness.
Yeah, that's what it's raw. We try to cut out anything unless we absolutely have to. And
because Gazza said the F word too much.
But there's nothing that you need to, there's nothing for us. You can keep everything. I'm
just happy, that Gazza didn't break out the Hennessy, and
I was looking for it, but I had the bottle in it, and I was like, I can't want to leave the room to go grab it.
You guys have listen. The talk after the talk, before they go behind the paywall, listen to the earlier seasons, because there's sometimes Gazza gets a little lit.
Yeah,
he
gets very lit. And we actually did an interview. We did an interview with another podcast the other day, and I promise you, I was trying not, because it was a little more serious. So I was trying not to call him out. Like, dude,
I hate being serious.
I think you took like 4 shots, because he's leaning off the camera. Yes, yes. And these are the tools I use when I'm editing and this and that. Yeah. So Angel, talk to them.
That is awesome.
I'm like, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Last week you support us. If you're gonna be at Afros and Audios,
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there. And we're doing a segment called Podcasting in Love, which talks about being a couple podcaster and how certain things we talked about, separating business from the love, and also finding opportunities to monetize and what that extra money can look like for you and your household, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And all that.
This will be my first what is it?
Your first, because I've done global Podfest.
So Angel's been going. She's been around the block a few times. Ain't only been around the block a few times.
Your block. I've been around your block.
I'm talking about podcasting. Where's your mind going to? Huh?
I love it.
Everyone just called me out. They already said I was a whore.
No, but she's your pod whore. Your pod whore.
Oh, loving it. This is good.
Oh my goodness. That's a good one. You can't say that
again. Now you can check the explicit box. We did it for you.
Nice.
I think I coined a new term, yo. I don't know if I heard that before.
I'm a pod whore.
Pod whore.
I think I'm gonna put it on the page and see what the traction's like.
Oh my goodness.
Funny.
Nice.
But yeah, Angel's on a lot of the shows, and I've been missing out a lot. But
like I said, Gazza don't go on nobody's show.
I'm here.
So we thank you guys for asking for both of us. Because that's the other thing too. He has this ego. Well, did they say my name? Yes, they said your name. Like, dang.
If I ain't invited, I ain't invited. They,
But that's the thing. We want to interview Mermaid and the Lion. How did that just turn into Angel? How can Mermaid and the Lion come on our podcast mean we want Angel?
But I told you guys about, and I know you guys are trying to wrap this up, but I was about the whole privacy thing, and I had made a promise to Angel that I would definitely, be a little bit more open and more visible. So that's what this is. That's all. And
you did good.
You're gonna treat me like a child.
I mean,
yeah, we appreciate.
You're not a child. He's a full-grown man. Everybody, capable of them 72 strokes. I'm sorry.
72 strokes.
I'm sorry.
We appreciate both of you making time. I know it's been a long time coming, and we're again, depending upon the audio, we may have to do this sooner than later. But
that's fine.
I'll check it out. But we plan on having a part 2 to this no matter what.
Absolutely.
All right. That sounds fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We are so honored to have been here. We appreciate you guys also. And we're looking forward to continuing to develop our relationship.
Yeah, definitely. You guys are awesome.
Definitely.
All right. Well, hey, listen, everybody. Thank you for listening. And the best way that you can actually support them is all the different ways that Angel had mentioned. So make sure that you're going to the podcast, you're leaving some reviews over on Apple Podcasts, that you're going and checking out their Patreon, that you're getting them a coffee. But more than anything else, probably the number one way that you can support them is to listen to it yourself and then tell a friend. And we ask that you do the exact same thing for the Married and Crazy podcast. Tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your cousin, tell everybody about the podcast. And let's go ahead and make sure that we're creating this revolution where we're lifting up this covenant of marriage everywhere we go, in every flavor out there. The way we're all different in the way that we do this. We have unique DNA. As you can see, that couple is amazing. And we try and bring you these different couples, these different flavors, let you know that there's no one way to make sure you can have a successful marriage. We do this together, and we're weaving a tapestry, if you will. So until the next time, be blessed.
Bye-bye.